Very good day, all Buddha CEOs. Wishing you a day full of sunny smiles and happy thoughts. I am Vinita, host for this week. Meditation is an unending joy, spreading of meditation is an unending work. I think through this platform, Chandraji and Buddha CEO team is doing a wonderful work. Imagine a brain with increased ability to master all challenges without compromising your happiness. Meditation does not change your state of mind, the way you feel at the moment, but it changes your traits, changes your outlook on life. It develops positive traits like greater resilience at the time of adversity, sympathy for others, and compassion for oneself. So last week, we learned how meditation keeps us healthy, highly energetic, and productive. And I know we all are excited to know the tools and techniques, how we can manifest an extraordinary life with meditation just by changing our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Quantum physics says where the attention goes, there the energy flows and manifestation happens. So let's hear some wisdom words from the video and then to the great master, Chandra sir. Please.
I have been meditating and manifesting for my promotion. I got an interview calling that, hey, we would like to schedule an interview for you. I was so surprised, and then the confidence levels gone up for me.
A few months back, my husband had gone to US. As a family, we were supposed to join in, but due to the lockdown last year, we could not join in. The visa processing had not started in India. So I started manifesting for the visa processing. I started visualizing it every day. And I think within 2 weeks, the visas were done on an emergency basis and we could fly to US.
I had some issues related to my kidney stones and I was about to get surgery for the same to get it removed. That is when I got introduced to this manifestation where I used to manifest every day that I should not go to the OT and get it removed, and just by visualizing that I wanted it to get removed. So after 10 or 15 days, it came out automatically without getting surgery.
I've manifested for a promotion, and because, in my organization, especially with my team, they were not giving any promotions, because even before that I spoke to my manager and he was like, he did not give any positive response, but then I manifested for that, and literally that happened.
I used to get stressed up and a couple of blackouts and things like that. But these days, I'm able to see things in a different way, and it's not affecting my health anymore.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. A wonderful afternoon, evening. Lao Tzu is a great Chinese philosopher. He said, watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your character. Become your habits. Habits become your character. Character becomes your reality. The thoughts to words, words to deeds or actions, actions to Habits become your character. The character becomes the reality. Many great people have experienced it, and so they say it. Gautam Buddha, it starts with manifestation and creation. It starts with Gautam Buddha talking about it. You become what you think. Mahatma Gandhi's man is nothing but a product of his thought. The core principle that is governing all creation is thought. Thought creating reality. Thoughts create things. Thoughts become your destiny. This is what I used to hear when I came into meditation practice in the year 1999 to 2000, 2001, until the time I started absorbing in 2002. In Telugu, I used to hear this strongly. Mana vastavaniki maname srustikarthalamu. We are the creators of our reality. And take that and apply it at workplace. Take that and apply to all the relative interactions, including the family interactions. It is not an acceptable proposition for me, not at all an acceptable proposition. Since I did not know much about health, maybe I would have accepted about my health, that statement, but the taking it and saying that I am the cause of my reality was difficult. But thankfully, all matters of spirituality, for that matter, everything can be experimented. That's how science is evolving. Everything can be experimented. We don't have to take anything by its face value. We can experiment and then see for ourselves before we take it or not take it. And so I started doing that. I started experimenting this concept of thoughts create reality. If there are unlimited potential and possibilities, and then if meditation is helping us to become that unlimited being, then what is the key to experience that unlimited? There are no ifs and buts about the biggest revelation that we know, we understand through meditation is that there isn't anything that you cannot achieve. And there is infinity to experience. And it is that simple a statement. It's not a complex quantum physics equation. Then the key also must be very, very simple. And the key is saying that our thoughts are that key to experience that reality. Anything. So Patriji emphasized so much, and he simplified the entire spiritual science to just 3 statements. Very, very clear, and then all the teachings centered around it. He said, recognize you are more than the body. We're not the body. Use the word soul. We're not the body, we are the soul. He said this again and again because he knew that unless we go beyond the body consciousness, we couldn't be experiencing many things that are otherwise not possible. because the body consciousness constantly limits us in thinking. The second thing he said is that you, as more than the body, have infinite potential. God stuff. The third thing is said always is our thoughts create reality. You create through your thought. There are only three principal statements. He said, anyone who teaches these principles are teaching spiritual science. That's how we study their teachings. And so, friends, any number of spiritual scientists are talking about this core concept of unlimited potential manifested through a thought. Last week, when we started off, we said it's all energy communication to experience great health in our body and mind. Energy communication is communication through thought, or thought is energy, nothing more. Rather than taking a body somewhere and then telling somebody that it needs to get fixed, rather than constantly saying to ourselves or to a family that my body has to get fixed, something is not right, or this is not there, that's not there. It's an energy communication. Sit down and visualize, send a positive, strong, powerful signal to the body that I'm healing, that I'm utilizing this beautiful body towards experiencing what I passionately desire. That's communication in energy. And so if body can become very sound in health, now the same energy communication must work at workplace, with our colleagues, with our goals, with our growth, and must work elsewhere too. And my thoughts change, my health significantly changed. I used to have a condition with ear, nose, and throat system, which was preventing me at some point to take freely air travel. But that disappeared as soon as I came into meditation. I said, this is great. The thoughts do change our health. And then I applied this at workplace in the way my colleagues respond to me. If you go out in the morning and then imagine and visualize before going out a day the way you expect, a day where you're having great meetings, a day where that colleague, which you are not necessarily getting along very well, but it's important for the success of the project, and visualizing, things change. So this week, dear friends, we understand the principles around manifestation. How do we apply our thought consistently? And consciously, how do we apply our thought to create things? If this principle is not understood, then we're not becoming conscious creators at all. When we're not conscious of our thought, when we're not conscious of our intention, then we're leaving things by chance to accidentally. So there is so many things that we keep intending without even realizing. We got to become conscious when we make our intentions, because everything is energy. If you're conscious of spending money, and money is energy, money is a form of energy, then we're very conscious of our thought, because everything starts from thought, utilizing our energy. And so our goal this week is to understand this process of manifestation, something that we beautifully weave into our daily lives, most particularly in the business community, where we all have dreams and goals to realize. We'll go into our meditation before you go through the series of talks this week. One of the most important reasons why I stuck to meditation is because of this concept that there is anything that we can experience, and so meditation helped me. Meditation is giving us three things. Focus, single point mindedness, so that we become successful in whatever we take up. It helps us greatly connect with everybody around. We become a great friend to everybody. But the third thing is to help us realize that unlimited potential, in small to big. A small to big, where we limit ourselves in so many ways in everyday life. As small as going out for an ice cream at the night, 11 o'clock in the night, where we thought before that is unsafe and so let's may not go, and now we just simply walk down and drive down to that place and have that. Simple things to big things, doesn't matter. Because dealing with a thought. Simple practice of breath mindfulness meditation that I've utilized when I gained my health. Then I said, let me apply it in the way I communicate with my people. Then I applied to the growth of my company. Before that, I applied towards creating great technology. Then to the growth of the company, then to become a CEO, then to get an acquisition, then to start Buddhase Quantum Foundation in the growth of the foundation. We constantly apply this because it becomes our second nature. And it is for everybody. So welcome to anyone who joined today new for this program. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. That meditation is helping us to become centered in our daily active life. Become centered and then become active in our life. Centered, that is calm and happy. Calm and happy. Knowing that we'll be taken care, knowing that things are happening to the best possible way that need to happen for us so that we can accept, we are calm and we are happy in the moment. Active because it knows that we have any amount that we can experience, so let's go back and then engage actively in life, not withdraw based on the age, environment, circumstance, instead actively engage in life. And that's the beginning of creation. So the meditation practice we are doing is called breath mindfulness meditation, observing one's own natural breath to rest the mind. And when we rest the mind, all the magic begins. And so this simple practice that we are doing every day, let me put up the chart, is helping us increase our physical vitality. We call it physical quotient. It helps us increase our intelligent quotient. That helps us increase our manifestation quotient, which is the topic for the current week. How do you practice this meditation? You sit down relaxed in a chair on the floor, as you see in the pictures. If you're wearing spectacles, remove them. 1, and eyes closed. 2, cross your fingers into fingers. Rest your hands comfortably in your lap. 3, cross your feet at ankle. 3 things. And then sit comfortably with your spine need not be erect. Just relax. Take the back support necessary, and then observe your normal, natural breath in that posture. Take any reference point on your nose and observe your breath there at that point, that in-breath and out-breath. When you observe the breath, slowly, we start noticing our thoughts are coming down in our mind, and then we start experiencing some kind of emptiness all around, inside, all around, emptiness, nothing around exists. You may also experience some kind of a sensation or a vibration in our body. You may experience emptiness, you may experience the sensation or a combination of it. Both are meditative states. So when you experience that, be an observant of it. Just observe what's happening involuntarily in your body, or observe what is that whole emptiness that is there around. Witness it. Do not interpret it. In case at any given time you know you are thinking, you have thoughts, your attention back to the breath, and again observe the breath, and slowly go back into those empty states or vibrative states. Again, you are doing that, somewhere again your thoughts come, attention back to the breath. So keep working on it. So in meditation, we are observing the breath, there are thoughts. When you observe the breath, it becomes empty. You are there in the empty states, meditative states. When there are thoughts, then you come back to attend to the breath. So these three are part of the meditation. They keep happening in cycles, and I keep working at it, called breath mindfulness meditation. Before we do that, we're doing this practice called heart elevation process. Just follow my guidance for it. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. Relax your body, dear friends, with your eyes closed. Scan your body from head to toe. Relax into each and every part of it. Relax yourself. Attention on your face, on your neck, shoulders, chest area, abdomen. Just relax every bit of your body. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area with your specs removed, eyes closed. With your attention on your sacred heart, feel your beautiful heart. Feel this seed of emotions. which is nurturing all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. Connect with the center, dear friends. Your primary connection into the quantum field which is helping all life thrive, which is helping all life experience life. With its higher emotions of appreciation, compassion, kindness, one friends, with a slow, long, relaxing breath, connect, experience your heart center, love it into your life, feel it. Fill up your center with our emotions of gratitude, appreciation, recollect an experience from your past, from your present, where you felt these higher emotions. Relive those moments and elevate yourself. The more you experience that energy, the more you become one, you become coherent with all things and everybody. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Allow yourself to direct this energy with that intention to heal all things and everybody. To people, to places, to things around you. Feel it. slowly. Let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends, and allow yourself to experience emptiness, sensation, as our mind becomes empty. All that liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. We develop greater mindfulness. Our power of thought increases significantly. Be with your breath. become aware of the emptiness, the blackness, inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. Allow yourself to experience that emptiness, that void, where there's no body, where there's no thing. Emptiness is energy. This is that intelligent, unlimited quantum field of energy, that consciousness, all that ever exists. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, that energy, away from your body, away from your life, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Everything that you ever will experience is here in this field as energy. The longer you experience this emptiness as awareness, the more clearer you become. The more aligned you become. Stay aware of that emptiness, that void, that light, spreading far and wide. Relax your body. Let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax.
Start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love.
Recollect your experience from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. you tuned in more to the field. Everything is about spending time in that empty space. If we understand the science well, then we will look to be in that field as much time as possible, without ever having a doubt and worry that am I going away from my material life? Not at all. Because the more we are in this field, the more smarter we become. Rather than chasing things, we allow things to happen. Yes, Arvinderji, you raise your hand.
Morning, sir.
Yes, madam. You just accidentally raised, or you had a question?
Just comment, sir. No question.
Okay.
It's very calming, sir. Very calming. I don't know what is bliss, but maybe this is, I don't know. I don't know what is bliss, but I know that the level of calmness is much more than it's.
Yes. We don't need to know what is bliss. We want to feel good deeply. That is sufficient. Yes, Mr. or Mrs. Lekhi Pem, I don't know how to say that.
Good morning, sir, and all others. I'm Diki, and I'm from Bhutan. I just would like to share my experiences so far. So what happened was in the start of the first initial days, I felt a little bit of vibration in my body, and I was a bit confused if I'm not getting good rest, or is it stressful? Is it that I'm experiencing stress? But I think it's been 1 week that I'm seeing a lot of colors like appearing in me. I think I started with blue color. Then slowly I saw like yellowish, and today was more purple. So I was wondering, is this what I'm supposed to? I'm like, I don't know what to explain, but I'm experiencing those things. And in the far between the color, I'm always seeing a tunnel with a little bit of white light. So I can't explain, but I'm experiencing all those things. But with my own kind of regular practices, I'm also experiencing change in my thoughts and behavior. I have been a very tough time a couple of years ago. I was holding on many negative thoughts because of my past experiences, and I was into meditation or yoga. But this was the time that I was able to forgive, forget, and try to move on. And then I was able to see everything beautifully. So I'm very grateful to Sir and the team here. So we just wanted to share those experiences, and just had a question about the lights appearing in my thoughts, in my brain and around me.
Yes. It's a very good experience. Thank you, madam. Because when you are emptying ourselves, we're exploring the field. So you can't anyway predict what you will experience. That light you call the energy that is there. How do you tell what to experience when we don't know that infinity of what is it going to be like? We're only 0.01% of the reality, meaning so tiny. It's 0.011 zeros and 1%. So practically nothing of the reality. So we can't explain How it's going to show up? It's going to show up in many ways. But however, here is something. If you're seeing tunnels, many a times people see tunnels to go into an alternate reality. If anybody experiencing high-speed travel through a tunnel or a fast drop from a high peak point to an abyss, or any of those, that means they are potentially going to experience go into an alternate reality, into another loka, another world, another planet. Earth planet, our experience at a certain frequency, then here we are tuning into another frequency to go in and potentially explore there what is there. Moon mission, a Mars mission. This is a reality where there may be many, many things. So it's like that. So we do get into some experiences where sometimes we start seeing things. Keep meditating. So at some point, it'll take you through the tunnel, beyond the tunnel, to start seeing stuff. We don't have to particularly do anything about it. We don't have to do anything about it. Meaning, if you took a train to go from one place to another, you just allow it to happen. But once you are there at the train, and when you start seeing things that are interesting, then you'll want to be curious to go and see what is it. You find some interesting person, then you'll ask, hey, who are you? Can you tell me a little more about yourself? So same things we can do once you start finding things there. But until the time you're in the traveling, let the train take you where it's taking right now. Okay. So let me take up this important concept of today in this week of manifestation. And I've been alluding to it from the beginning about this quantum field of possibilities. How do thoughts become things? A little bit through science, quantum physics. Scientists have found this back in 1915. Since that time, they've been experimenting. Quantum physics means they go into the micro level, subatomic level. They look into the atoms. And so they've been experimenting, and so then they found that everything inside our body, everything inside the existence of each and every material thing that we think is real, they've been experimenting and saying that what is there inside innately is empty. There's nothing, there's no physical substance out there. They don't find it. It's like on a foggy day, on a very foggy day, when you are sufficiently away, then you see there's all fog and your roads are completely blocked, right? I mean, we can't go, we can't see, there's no visibility. But as you keep driving into it, there's nothing physical material, you know that. You keep going in and then it keeps opening up a little bit and a little bit. You put your attention a little far, it's all matter, something is blocking you, but you know that you can keep driving into it. And you find emptiness inside, nothing is there. You can't really say, oh, where is that fog? Where you are, it's all opened up, and but little away, it is there. It's like that. They find, when you're seeing like this, it's matter, but you go into it, when you go into it, then it is empty. So they found first everything is empty. And then I said, come on, what is this? I mean, I thought it's a reality of matter. How can I not see something? How can I not see matter here where I expect that I need to see something because I'm physically feeling something? And so the moment they got that thought that I must see something here, and they started seeing things. The moment they put their thought and said, I must see something physical, tangible, to touch and feel, then they started seeing a physical matter there. Otherwise, they're not seeing it. So let me take you through this few charts. When I came across some of these concepts, and I've been exploring this since 2014, I came across first of this through Dr. Jyotish Penja, then later, no, first actually came across this through Dr. Amit Goswami in a casual lecture that I went for. It is talking about electron as a wavicle, not as matter, but as particle as well as wave. It said in every electron is behaving as a wave by default, as energy by default. And so then he was talking about a concept that every cell or every particle has an energy field around it. So when two people come together, when two particles come together, when two chemicals come together, first they are colliding on their energy field because they have a field around them. Before two particles when come together hit each other physically to have a chemical reaction or to have a energy transformation from that kinetic energy into, let's say, thermal energy, when they come together and collide, or when two chemicals come together and collide, where they transform into a new chemical substance. When two people come together, before they hit each other and to collide and experience some pain or whatever, before that, they're experiencing pain and love, they're experiencing that energy-based emotion, because the fields of each two people, the people come together, they interact. So that's why when you see a person from far, we can tell a lot of times when you tune in what they are thinking, what they're worried about, are they happy or not happy, because their emotional vibration is coming in touch with our field. So it's talking about an energy field around things. So then, of course, I went studying deeply the connection of how the creation is happening, and then quantum physics seems to give some answers that thoughts create things. Experiment. And so then you come to a conclusion that our thoughts create things. So you simply change your thought about a person, the person changes. You put your attention on your promotion, it comes. You put your attention on your service activities, they show up in your life. The foundation principle for manifestation science, and we're going to explore this deeply, either thoughts and feelings create our reality. And what can I do? What are the processes that I can apply? See, number one, to strongly believe this is true. Number two, to apply this principle without hesitation, without doubt, without having any disbelief towards it. If I can apply it consistently, then I must create things, whatever that I'm wishing for. So everything we call real is made up of things that cannot be regarded as real. Niels Bohr, quantum physics. So when they went into the subatomic particles like that fog, they start seeing empty space there. That's why they're saying they're really not made up of real things. I'm going to skip this a little more technical. What Einstein is saying is that when you're trying to explain reality, it's uncertain. Nothing is predictable. Because just the way we think matter is very predictable, it's not. When you get out of the home today and then you go to office, is there a guarantee that we'll actually be in office today? And the answer is always no, it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed ever, so nothing is certain. So if it's about reality, what we think is certain is never certain, is what Einstein is saying, is because it's not deeply inside, it's matter. It's energy that is always going around here, there. There's too much of interaction happening when we are fundamentally energy inside. Then we are unbounded, so we get influenced by many, many things. And so reality is never certain. So quantum physics, the three principles that we can explore towards understanding that our thoughts create our experiences, physical experiences. The first thing is we are less matter, more energy. You hear this when I say in the meditations regularly, we're less matter, more energy. Second, we are unlimited possibilities and potential. That means we have any amount of experience that we can create, meaning how many ways you can get yourself promotions, how many ways you can do service, how many ways you can spend your time in vacation, how many ways you can grow your businesses. There are any number of them. If the answer is infinity. And so they're unlimited, any number of experience you can have. You can choose what you want to be. From IT professional, you become a banking professional. From there, you become a musician. From there, you can be anything. There's no limit, you know it. Everything is possible. Then we apply and say, hey, realistically, practically, and these words we apply, trying to limit ourselves and say what is possible, not possible. But at the field of quantum, everything is possible. The manifestation science is about training ourselves to be open to every possibility. And so then we start working towards that possibility without any disbelief, because it's possible. An observation manifests the possibilities is the third statement. So inside, when you look into subatomic particles, into an atom, everything is broken down. And an atom is broken down into electrons, neutrons, something in the nucleus. We call it here, right here on the left side, there's a nucleus. And then so you have some electrons orbiting. And so it's showing some orbits here, some little bit of physics we learned early on. So there are many, many subatomic particles like nucleus and electrons. But what quantum physics found is that an atom is practically empty, filled with energy. So if you round this up, it comes to near 100%, right? When you round it up, you get 100%. So an atom is 100% empty, filled with energy. When it is empty and it is energy, energy is what? It's like a wave, right? A wave, like a radio wave. Take a TV wave. We know this. We can relate to it very well. A TV station beaming a program, and so that a wave is traversing, right? It's traveling around. And so it goes in all directions. And as long as the signals are not impaired by any big obstacles, then they just keep going and reach to households. So same thing here. We're all emptiness. So if an atom is empty, and so then our body technically then is empty, because body is made up of trillions of atoms. So we are in this big emptiness, and emptiness is energy. That means we are a big wave. You are a big wave, I am a big wave of energy, and everybody else is the same. So we are like stations, we are like TV stations, emitting energy. What do we emit? Whatever emotion that we carry, because emotion is energy. Our state of being, it's called. Your thought and your emotion combined is your state of being, which is what is producing this energy around us, electromagnetic energy. So I'm a substation, you are a station, and everybody is a station emitting energy of vibration of that emotion, the thought and feeling. And this is traversing everywhere. It's traveling everywhere. Now you think of a pond and you drop two stones. And so when you drop two stones, there is waves coming up in the pond. Now, what happens to those waves? Do they stay in one place or they travel? They travel in all directions. Where there's no resistance, they keep traveling. And say, so those two waves travel together, come, and then finally they meet, intersect, and they change into a new wave. So this is, now they become one big wave, right? They're no longer two waves, you can't separate them, they become one big wave. Exact same thing happening with us. Each of us are energy, because we are deep inside, all completely empty, filled with energy. And so our energy fields are traveling into and then colliding and then becoming one single big energy field of everything and everybody that ever exists in this universe. So the first derivation is that we are a big field of energy wave. We are less matter, more emptiness and energy. Second, there is a big field of energy that we're all one, we are deeply connected, intricately connected with each other. Think of that two in the pond when you dropped the two stones, the waves came. Imagine when they put together and they're coming together and they interact and intersect, how intricately they become part of each other. You cannot really separate them and say which one came from where. They're all just connected. Same thing happening in the human field, in the nature field, in an animal kingdom, where all are connected into each other at energy level, deep inside, at subatomic level. And so if we all are a big field of electrons and neutrons, then you start understanding if everything is really energy out there at that field level, now what is matter? Now, default electrons and neutrons are all there, a big field. Can I take any combination of them? Can I take any combination of them and somehow make them into physical matter so then I have an experience? If there are a billion people or all are connected as a single big energy field, is it possible then that I think of 5 people from 5 different continents and then want to come together to do a travel somewhere, do a meeting together? Is it possible that then I'm going to think of 5 people from 5 different places and then they come together to have a meeting? And in the answer you will say is yes. So now how many such combinations you can take, because everything is an experience in our life. 5 people coming to the do a meeting. Is it possible that I take 100 people from that and then come together to do a business? Is it possible then that in that I take a place like Niagara and then I go there to experience something? Is it possible? Because Niagara Falls is still at the end of the day atoms and molecules. So everything now exists, all are combinations that are there in this field. And so you can pick any combination if there is a way to collapse that into energy, into physicality. So let's look at what the quantum physicists said is that when you observe it, as subatomic particles become matter. By default, they said everything is energy. But when you observe it, that energy becomes matter, right? When you observe it, the energy becomes matter. Here is a short video that explains us this concept. Let's see this and then conclude today's session.
And here we are, the granddaddy of all quantum weirdness, the infamous double slit experiment. To understand this experiment, we first need to see how particles, or little balls of matter, act. If we randomly shoot a small object, say a marble, at the screen, we see a pattern on the back wall where they went through the slit and hit. Now, if we add a second slit, we would expect to see a second band duplicated to the right. Now, let's look at waves. The waves hit the slit and radiate out, striking the back wall with the most intensity directly in line with the slit. The line of brightness on the back screen shows that intensity. This is similar to the line the marbles make. But when we add the second slit, something different happens. If the top of one wave meets the bottom of another wave, they cancel each other out. So now there is an interference pattern on the back wall. places where the two tops meet are the highest intensity, the bright lines, and where they cancel, there is nothing. So, when we throw things, that is, matter, through two slits, we get this, two bands of hits. And with waves, we get an interference pattern of many bands. Good so far. Now, let's go quantum. An electron is a tiny, tiny bit of matter, like a tiny marble. Let's fire a stream through one slit. It behaves just like the marble, a single band. So, if we shoot these tiny bits through two slits, we should get, like the marbles, two bands. What? An interference pattern. We fired electrons, tiny bits of matter through. But we get a pattern like waves, not like little marbles. How? How could pieces of matter create an interference pattern like a wave? It doesn't make sense. But physicists are clever. They thought, maybe those little balls are bouncing off each other and creating that pattern. So, they decide to shoot electrons through one at a time. There is no way they could interfere with each other. But after an hour of this, the same interference pattern is seen to emerge. The conclusion is inescapable. The single electron leaves as a particle, becomes a wave of potentials, goes through both slits, and interferes with itself to hit the wall like a particle. But mathematically, it's even stranger. It goes through both slits, and it goes through neither. And it goes through just one, and it goes through just the other. All of these possibilities are in superposition with each other. But physicists were completely baffled by this. So they decided to peek and see which slit it actually goes through. They put a measuring device by one slit to see which one it went through and let it fly. But the quantum world is far more mysterious than they could have imagined. When they observed, the electron went back to behaving like a little marble. It produced a pattern of two bands, not an interference pattern of many. The very act of measuring or observing which slit it went through meant it only went through one, not both. The electron decided to act differently, as though it was aware it was being watched. And it was here that physicists stepped forever into the strange, never-world of quantum events. What is matter? Marbles or waves? And waves of what? And what does an observer have to do with any of this? The observer collapsed the wave function simply by observing.
Okay. The essence of this experiment is that they thought electrons by default are particles, like marbles. And so when you throw them through a machine, through a system, they expected that to go and then behave like a particle, go and take a linear motion, and then hit a screen that is there in front, like in a vertical band because going through a slit. But they didn't see that. They saw default, they're behaving like a wave where they go around and then form multiple bands. But then when they put an observer, then they saw the behavior as a particle. So an observer was expecting a particle to be seen, then it is behaved as a particle, but otherwise it is behaving by default as energy. What does it mean? It means that everything that exists is staying as energy by default. And they are becoming matter through somebody's observation. You can receive furniture into your house without you observing it, either now or sometime in the past. When you observe on things, of experiences of what you're looking for, then they're becoming into reality. An electron, which is by default energy, when it's observed as it being sent through that slit, then to see as a particle, then it being seen as a particle. It's called an observation manifesting energy into matter. So observation creates possibilities into matter. And the combinations are infinity because we are all by default is trillions of atoms and which are all by default energy. And so the combination of what you can pick and choose is anything. At that level of quantum field, there is no fine print saying that this won't work, this only will work, this and that thing. Everything is possible. So that every physical event is an appearance of pattern of subatomic particles. Pattern of subatomic particles of yours, of mine. If I'm looking at an event where I'm involved with you, then it's a physical event, an experience where your atoms, my atoms, and then the places, the things that are part of it, they all have to come together to show up in a physical reality. So is every physical event an experience, you call it, is an appearance of pattern of subatomic particles influenced by our observation. They become, they show up. Our observation is where you put your attention on your thought and feeling. Thoughts are, thoughts are a unit of energy. Feelings are potentially up to 1,000 to 5,000 times more units of energy. Thoughts produce electric energy, feelings produce magnetic energy, and so electromagnetic energy is produced in the body that's going around. But the point is, when you have feelings, when you have motion, when you are looking for something with an emotion, with feeling, that means you are really passionate about it. And then automatically that energy is so strong, and you are influencing through that energy for something to become matter. The basis for why we hear thoughts create things, the basis where we hear yad bhavam tad bhavati. Was your power, the feeling is the tad bhavati that happens. Ya mati sagati, the thought, mati is your buddhi, as your thoughts are, depending on the you are state of being is what you become. As you sow, so you reap. What you plant is what you see. What you plant is your thought. Whatever you say is what's coming together. Of course, there are many factors that are playing in. Remember, I'm thinking, and the other person, you are thinking, and somebody else is thinking too. Now they are into the field, they're coming together, colliding. So how do I then increase my energy towards manifesting? How do I decrease resistance towards manifesting my reality? Those are the important points to ask ourselves. If I am thinking and you are thinking and everybody is wishing for stuff to happen, what is the way to increase my energy? What is the way to drop the resistance for somebody else also to manifest or think in an equal and opposite direction of what I'm asking for? For example, if two founders come together, two partners in a business, or two people in a project are coming together, and then one is saying, I want to finish this project in 10 months. Another is saying, I want to finish this in 4 months. Now they're thinking two different directions. So how do you drop the resistance of each other? And then how do I increase my energy? And then how do I reduce the resistance from somebody? And so what is it required? We'll understand that. And so then if you are able to reduce the interference of others into your thought and feelings, then you're manifesting it. The other way to say it is, if you're able to raise yourself to think on behalf of everybody, the more you raise yourself to think of everybody, the more you find acceptance of your thought and feeling, energy filled by others, the less resistance you have from others, and so the more you're able to create stuff into your life. And understand this. And meditation will help us do exactly that. It gives us focus, but most importantly, it is helping us to elevate ourselves to think as one on behalf of that group that is there. In other words, to say, it is helping us to reduce the consequence of somebody else, something else getting hampered through our own thought and feeling, through our own creation. We'll know more about this, but the essence for today's session, they wanted us to understand is that our thoughts and feelings are creating our reality. Thank you very much, Esvinita Madam. Any announcements for today?
Yeah, yes, sir. We know that on Mondays and Wednesdays, we do have book clubs. So today is Monday, and the book which would be discussed is Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. The timings are 8:15 to 9:15 in the morning, and in the evening, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So request everyone to please join the session. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam. So a few pointers from today's session. One, this video is by Fred Alan Wolf, a quantum physicist. You can search this video on website in YouTube. Double slit experimentation, somebody can type it. Double slit experimentation by Fred Alan Wolf. YouTube, you'll find this video. So go back and listen to it again and again and again until you're convinced about this concept, because it's very, very important. The scientific mindset wants to understand this, without which they cannot accept, especially when we have a larger challenge in our life, are things that we seem to not have happening. So number one, a beginning of it. I'm not saying that the end of all science, but just a beginning of it, of manifestation. You must definitely, that book, Mind to Matter, is a great aid to understand this concept in different angles. And You Are the Placebo is a wonderful book that will bring some of these concepts together very nicely for you in practical application. Right? You Are the Placebo. I think this is where I would say as starting points. And those enthusiasts that want to go a little more deep into the science, then you want to read this book called The Self-Aware Universe by Dr. Amit Goswami. Okay. The science side, I talk about these books, The Self-Aware Universe, You Are the Placebo, and Mind to Matter. And there's so much of philosophy side. We'll come to those as we go along this week. Thank you all. We'll take any questions shortly after a short break. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Before we take questions, we're going to cover many more concepts like this. Our attention span is very limited. Science shows that we have not more than 4 to 8 seconds of attention span. It becomes much less when we're not directly engaged. One great way of increasing engagement in Zoom sessions is to be in that front bench by having the window open, looking at it, because we become very alert. Imagine if myself, I'm speaking with my window closed, video closed, I'm sure I'll be distracted, because then I'll be looking at here, there. I know that, okay, I'm active and alert because so many are watching, and it is the case with each of us. I mean, the point is, if you're going to spend 90 minutes every day, then I say, why not be in that most alert mode? Show up as the best person out there, because where your attention is, where our energy is. Where our attention is and energy is, it works vice versa. And so we absorb maximum, friends, and something to think about. I know there are reasons for some who cannot have the window open, but it's a good practice. Just think about it and say, I'm going to show up every day as my best self, right in there. Just think about it. If you make that intention, right, it's going to come true. If not today, 2 weeks later, and in the next program, it's going to happen. Right? Then we are fully in it. We're not half in it. Right? Yes.
Yes, Megha ji, please unmute yourself and yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. So, so first of all, I would like
you are unmuted again. Mute yours.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So, first of all, I would just like to thank Chandra sir, because whatever concepts we read in spiritual books, in Buddha CEO sessions, eventually you find scientific explanations for them. And that really helps me understand them better and apply them in my real life. So thank you for that. But I wanted to raise my hand because I wanted to share my energies with everyone, because today I'm at a very special place. I'm in Uttarakhand and I visited Mahavatar Babaji caves yesterday. I meditated there. So I just wanted to share my experience with everyone. So we meditated at the caves yesterday, and I had a very good insight, because when I sat in meditation, my only intention was that to tell me how can I improve the quality of my meditation, because how can I reduce the deflection every time I go back to a thought and I have to come back? How can I reduce that interval? And I got a beautiful insight where I was shown one way, that when you're observing your breath, you get bored of it because you're really not observing your breath, because you think every breath is the same. But if you were really observing your breath, you would know that every breath is unique. It has different layer, force, intensity, length. And if you were really observing it and you were observing all these things, you would never get bored and you would rarely deflect and you would really enjoy meditation. So this was one insight that I had while meditating at the caves. And I just, like when I read Autobiography of Yogi, I had been waiting to come here at Mahavatar Babaji caves with my family. So I just wanted to share that energy with everyone and just wanted to share that experience. That's it.
Very nice, Megha. That's really nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That insight is good. That's a powerful insight. Every breath is different. So then every experience, breath is, that's why breath is not an object. Observing the breath has so much meaning, and you just brought one insight. Meditations which are based on an object versus based on breath, they're so different. Congratulations to be at Mahavatar Babaji caves.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So where do you stay? You do stay in the Joshi's guest house, or you can stay somewhere else?
At Mayank.
I see. Mayank.
Mayank. Yeah.
Mayank,
yes.
okay.
Because Pallavi ma'am had referred this place.
Try Joshi's guest house next time. Be in nature, not more.
Okay. All right.
Which is right at the base of that hill. Right at the base of that hill. Yeah. Okay, so we'll introduce this concept to the community a little later, but it's a great place that one must go. We'll be in October there. We'll be there in October end.
Oh, wow. Great stuff. Great.
Okay. But I'm glad that you took time
Thank you, sir.
to go there. Really good.
Yes, sir, definitely. I was waiting. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Vinitaji.
Sachinji, please.
Good morning and good evening, everybody, all masters and all participants. Actually, I'm going to share my experience. This is third time you gave me opportunity to speak here. So I'm very happy and I'm very thankful to you. And I would like to thank Mr. This Buddha CEO Quantum Meditation. Before I was so hurry and I just walk. I was not concentrating one place and I was not staying still one place. But still now, when meditation goes on, I'm regular practicing and I'm doing this every day. Before doing this, I woke up at 5. Actually, I am from Nepal, so it's 15 minutes earlier than India. So I woke up at 5 and start exercising. And while exercising, I get tired and I took a bath. After that, it's 6:15 here, but it's start in 6 from India. So at that time, I started. First 2 weeks, I was very worried about this meditation, and I felt that what I am doing here. So while sitting, sometimes thoughts came simultaneously on me, and sometimes it doesn't come. So I felt sleepy. So I thought it's meditation or what I'm doing. But still, from today, I feel different. But this quantum physics, whatever I told Chandra sir, I'm as my profession, I am a cooperator. I work at cooperative sector. So I'm also trainer of cooperative also. To concentrate, from the beginning to end, I just only concentrate on while I thought a different way, but my concentrate automatically goes on cooperative and my breath. So I'm able to think about what I have to do. I can concentrate on it. So lastly, but still I have one doubt. It's help us to memorize or to memory capacity also. It can build literal or not. That is my doubt. But what I have inside my knowledge, I'm getting something differently and I'm concentrating. This is very useful for me.
Sure. Wonderful, wonderful, Sachin. So it does.
So this is very full for very
Yeah.
Very very practical, and it's being transformation for me. What
Yes. So I think I'd like you to say that your voice is not that great. So I'm just, but yes, meditation is helping us to. Your voice is not that great, so
okay,
we'll pause here. But I understood the essence of your
yes,
question. So meditation is giving us that ability to access our hidden knowledge, our hidden experiential knowledge that is there sitting. And it is helping us to access that thing that's most important for you. I think that's most important for you. And so it's in a way, whether you call it memory power, whatever that is, but it is helping you to go back and take from the treasure that you had from the past. All right. Thank you. So keep doing it. It'll help you a lot. Yes,
Yeah.
Miss.
Yeah. Shivaji, please.
Yes, Chandra sir, actually, when you show me the slides at the end, last slide, when I saw that slide, I remember one incident. When I'm sleeping, I got one experience. You show me the last slides, like in the left side, you have the space and a lot of stars showing that slides, right? So I experienced like I'm in a big universe and the space, and I can see very dark blue kind of space and a lot of stars or energy. I don't know. Energy is blinking and like that. And I'm there in that on space. When I look at, I can see all the space, all the stars. When I try to see like where I am, I didn't find any myself like any body or anything. But I'm there in that space, like but I'm nothing. I don't know. I'm a star. I'm a person. I'm nothing. But I try to look at myself. I don't have anything. I'm nothing. But I can feel I am there. And after a few seconds, I felt like I'm dropping in the space. But the dropping level is, suppose if you like 1 second will drop ball is like 1 second it will fall down. But I can experience like if you divide 1 second into 1,000, like 1 by 1,000, 1 by 2 by 1,000, like that. I'm like slowly falling down. I feel experiencing my body. My weight is reducing, and try to drop. Ready. Like after 1,000 part of the second, I dropped and I'm going like a very light speed. But I felt like I don't know like what exactly that I am there, but I feel like I'm consciousness, but I don't have any shape, any body or nothing. But I am the one of the uh, part in the space. I felt like that experience, like experience that one is very enjoyable. Like I want to see again same kind of experience like that. I felt so when I saw that slide, I remember the what experience I got. So I didn't want to share my experience. I'm not sure what kind of experience, but I feel like I also own one kind of energy, but I don't have any body. Like I'm like nothing.
Yes. I'm jealous of you to have an experience like this.
I really felt happy. I want to feel like again. I want to experience that same kind of experience. That much happy I felt when I'm there. But I don't know. Can you?
What do you say, Vinitha, madam? I'm jealous of Shiva for having such a beautiful experience. He says, I'm nothing and I'm experiencing timelessness there. You beautifully explained. 1,000th of a second, you are there, you're going.
Yeah, I'm dropping like slowly. I experiencing like my weight is reducing. I'm trying to drop, and after 1 seconds of 1,000 times, I started dropping, and it started like a light speed. I dropped like a light speed. That much fast.
You felt good, right?
Yeah, I felt very good. I felt like I want to experience again, but I didn't get chance. But like, yeah, I very enjoyed that experience.
I feel that way. Usually, that I want to go back to it is because your experience is something much deeper than your reality here.
Yeah.
You experience much deeper. This will become more revealing. It'll start revealing itself as you go along some more. Now you relate other experiences to this. You relate a lot of reading that you're going to do hereafter. Like we go into, let's say, a book called Conversation with God or Nature of Personal Reality by Seth. When you read some of these books, you start relating those concepts much more deeply now. Even the concepts in Mind to Matter, you will relate them differently. because you have now experience. You know what it means. You know what it means to be in that empty space, to be that timelessness, to be not having any form and shape, yet to be there. What is that awareness? You mean you're there in that awareness because you didn't have a shape, you didn't have bodies, so no senses for you. A physical body, the sensory perceptions are that they don't exist, but yet you experience many things there. Okay, that's awareness. So you'll understand stuff more deeply. That's how meditation helps us to understand the concepts really, true, meaningfully, and vice versa. When you understand the concepts, you go and experience the meditation. They work each other in a cycle. Thank you.
Thank
Where
you,
you
sir.
from?
California, USA.
Okay. Look forward to meeting you sometime in June, end of June. I'm there last week.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rahulji, Raghavji, sorry.
Namaste, sir. Yeah, actually, I feel like I have some psychological. I feel pain in the chest. So once I wake up in the morning, and so that pain remains all through the day actually. So it depends. Like if I try to divert, or if I if there is something more energetic, it fades away. But sometimes it's it stays there. So during the meditation also, whenever I'm feeling a pain in the chest, sometimes the breathing pattern is getting disturbed, sir. I feel that I'm feeling I'm trying to breathe more, and thereby I'm that concentration I'm not able to keep on like on the breath on the breath actually. So initially for 5 to 6 days of the start of the course, it was fine, but yesterday and today that concentration is not more because of that pain. I'm feeling like negative thoughts are coming, and the concentration, like the feel is not there, like whatever I used to feel, that emptiness of the brain, emptiness of the mind. For the initial sessions, that emptiness was coming up actually, but for the couple of days, due to more negative thoughts and due to more pain and all those things, the consistency is missing for the couple of days. So
I always said our experience is every meditation is unpredictable, cannot be relatable necessarily to the previous day, previous week.
Yeah.
Good thing. It's a good thing that you're experiencing something that you are feeling a little bit pain, or you're having your breath differently. It's a good thing, which means that there is some change happening potentially towards healing. So please keep practicing it. All meditations cannot be the same, right?
Okay.
But when there is healing happening, all kinds of pains, all kinds of alertness, all kinds of stuff can happen. There is many times healing happens silently, but sometimes it shows up as the healing is happening in the form of a pain, in the form of what you're finding. Okay? Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. It'll settle down. Basically, don't, if it's bothering you to a point where yes, I know that you cannot concentrate, I mean, you cannot observe it because it bothers you too much, but sit down. What's the problem? Keep your eyes closed. Yes, they are disturbing. As something is coming, sit down. Then put your attention back to the breath. But if it's involuntarily happening, whatever that you're experiencing, then observe it. What's happening? If something is happening involuntarily, that means you're not actively doing that, right? If the breath is changing its rate and you're not doing it, observe it, what's happening. At that point, don't try to pull yourself back to you. Observing the breath. Instead, observe that experience. If it's happening involuntarily, right? You're not actively manipulating your breath. So then observe what's happening. That's all. So, at that point, your meditation of emptiness is not happening. Don't bother about it. Right? Don't bother about it. Something is happening to involuntarily as you sat down for meditation, as you're observing. Something is happening in your body. Some people go into these postures, they start doing asanas, all kinds of stuff they do. Observe it. Don't pull yourself back. Observe what's happening. That's your meditation experience when it happens involuntarily. Okay.
Okay.
The only time you're going to break that is as you're experiencing that, then slowly, we come back to conscious mind and then start thinking and say, oh, now this is happening, that's happening. That means then you're in thought. And anytime you feel like you're in thought, that's when you come back to observing the breath again. Okay. Otherwise, let it happen as non-judgmentally as possible.
Okay, but still we need to observe those negative thoughts, sir, like,
Don't worry about
due to
negative. Don't worry about negative, positive. They all will slowly go away.
Okay.
Nothing is going to happen. I mean, of course, if you didn't have meditation, anyway, it's full of negative thought by default. And so here, there is for a certain amount of time you don't have, so it's still better than before. Okay. And like I said, if it's involuntarily happening for you, observe it. The moment you know that you're thinking now, you're thinking actively, you are producing, and then you will know about this is the biggest, it's a $1 million question for everybody. What is my thought and what is my involuntary experience? Right? Is it a thought? Is it an involuntary experience? And so we always are trying to figure out, should I continue with that experience as experience, or is it I'm dreaming and hallucinating, imagining, and so should I pull back into my observing the breath, right? Do what you feel right at that moment. If you feel good, continue with it, and then it'll become imagination, no problem, it'll still be good stuff. If it's involuntary and you know for sure, continue. Can you not know for sure, but you think it is some kind of thought. If you feel good, do it. If you don't feel good, come back and attend to the breath. Simple. So now you little have worry. You don't feel good because some negative thought is there. Come back to breath and observe it. No problem then. And you cannot distinguish it's an involuntary experience or not. Are you with me on this? Okay. Archana.
Yeah, Archana ji.
Hello, sir. Good morning, Chandra, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. Actually, I have been observing a little bit of sleepiness. The most of the time, I'm getting lots of thoughts, and all of a sudden, the only two things I'm observing is either I'm getting some thoughts, and at the moment I realize that I'm into the thoughts, then I'm bringing back my concentration on my breathing, and then later on I feel I'm getting into the sleep. These are the only things. And when this session got started, at least on the 5th day, I understand that there is some blackness or the darkness which we get to see when we close our eyes, and eventually that gets into the white light, and in that light I could see a golden sparkle. This is what I experienced. But later on, the only thing what I get to say is either the thoughts coming up or my focus, I'm getting into that, I'm getting back to my focus, and I'm getting into the deep sleep. I'm nodding my head like this. And after this, sometimes I will not end up listening to these questions also. I'll quickly leave this session and I go back to the sleep. If I'm doing that, I'm easily sleeping for 1.5 hours, a deep sleep and happy sleep. And I did that for 2 days. When I did that, all my day was very, very happy. My mind was very relaxed. I was very relaxed, and I was for doing that also. I was very much satisfied. But my question is, if I'm getting that kind of sleep after this meditation, if even I want to go and sleep, is that something which I should do, or which I should get back to my normal work, ignoring that I'm like fine and all? So this is what the question I had, sir.
Yes, that's why we say keep on attending these sessions again and again. Yes, this question was answered several times, but sleep is a very important experience. So don't resist sleep. In meditation, when you're getting into sleepy mode, first of all, it may be sleep, may not be sleep, but if you think it's sleep, good, continue. continue. Because your body, see, the meditative process is a very, very intelligent process. We are becoming that intelligent consciousness, which is choosing what to experience of your 7 bodies at that moment. And it is saying, hey, my physical body has to be healed. And healing happens when I take this body into deep sleep. Okay. It needs rest. It needs the relaxation. It needs that balance to be brought back. And so it needs to go into that delta state. And so it's taking you to that state, which is good.
Okay, sir.
Without missing anything, without having, nothing is ever wasted. When you are, if you trust your mentor, when you are with a mentor, if you trust your mentor, then you can safely do it. And that's what it is. You're finding your greatest mentor in meditation, which is navigating you into experience something or the other every now and then. Like the gentleman, Mr. Shiva experienced this cosmos, the reality. That's what perhaps needed for him now in his current stage. Now, is that by far any greater experience than going to a deep sleep? What do you think?
It depends. It is individual, this thing.
Nothing is higher or lower.
Right.
Nothing is higher or lower. It may be required for him to go into the depths of meditation, whereas for all you know, you may be ahead of the game. I mean, it's not game, ahead of that experience in the sense you already have it. You know it, the meditation is good. And so you don't need any proof for some. For some, it requires that, I want to be into that blissful states. So there's no first and last, there's no sequence here. We experience all our bodies simultaneously, and so then we experience, all of them have to be simultaneously be getting better healed. So that's why you're having it. Nothing is lesser, nothing is higher. So those who are not getting experience, feel good about it. You perhaps have finished all of it before. If perhaps those who are not getting any experience and feel good because you finished all experience before, maybe, right? Or you continue to work at it because it's going to come at some point, but eventually everybody's going to get to experience something other at some point. To believe in the process. Yeah. So you're good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. All right, friends. Thank you. Yes, we do have one more.
Yeah, Ayush Mishra. Yeah, Ayush.
Good morning, Chandra sir. I wanna share my experience. So what is happening with me is that I am continuously attending this session. So sometimes I feel like whenever I sit for the meditation, so after keep on in meditation, I feel like I'm sitting somewhere and I am surrounded with the darkness. And in that darkness, I see some of the planets like stars, moon. Suddenly it start appearing in front of me, and at that time I start feeling something not good. My heart will get increases, and I feel like something fear. So I don't know how to relate it, what is happening with me.
Yes. So the fears will be there because we may experience some of these negative imagery or negative feelings, possible. But we have to overcome those fears. When you know that what all you're doing is sitting and observing your breath, and you're not doing anything, and so all kinds of stuff that a quantum field can experience itself in many ways. So when you know there is a safe process, just sit through and observe it. God knows what all we have done in the past. God knows what we have done. And so some of that will have to be played back now. Some of that are played back. Some people will experience a lot of pain in the body. Some people experience a lot of irritation. Some experience all this negative imagery. But they have to be experienced. You cannot, there is always Everything is, remember, everything is to let go. Everything is to free yourself up of things that we hold inside. A lot of fears we hold. Now here it is sort of actually to bring it out for you to see it and get courageous about it. Because at least here you're sitting in the comfort of your home in a comfortable chair and all you're observing. And so a movie is played back. It's like a horror movie is played back. And so can you become equanimous to it? If you're afraid of that, then what are we fearful for? So we jump into that and then do it. So here it's making you see some things of those.
So back then, I used to feel that I am in a dreamy place and I am flying in a sky. Back then, that experience was, but it's completely changed from 2 and 3 days, and it's keep on happening.
Why not? We have good movies or only flying movies, and then horror movies are there, thriller movies are there, all kinds of stuff is there. What do we do? Should we experience only one type or all types? You know, what is the concept of Navarasa means? Navarasa means we experience everything.
Yes, sir.
We drop like and dislike to some or not, right? We drop all of that. Likes and dislikes must be dropped instead of experience everything. So those who say, I only want to do comedy movies, I want to avoid everything else, they miss a lot of creativity in those directors who are producing some beautiful stuff.
Right, sir.
It's like that. So there are many angles to what you're experiencing. There's a law of karma angle. There is an angle where we should be open to receiving many experiences of our life, including, say, starts from food. Our likes and dislikes towards specific items must disappear slowly. Everything is our creation, experience it. So many angles to it. Just continue, it'll going to disappear. Just the way you had flying experience, you got this, it'll slowly change to something else potentially, but it'll become over a period of time equanimous. Okay. And this may be some way of training to experience everything is one, or let go of your fears is another. It may be a training for any of those. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, friends. Thank you, Vinita madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you also. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.